And again, knees close to armpits. If your low back is stiff, that's why you might be more like this. Your hips and low back are stiff. But if you have that range of motion, knees as close to the armpits as you can, hands down, wide open hands. Elbows need to stay squeezed in, so they're going to come above the wrist. Staying in a bent arm is easier, but you're still pushing up, right? You're trying to pull your heels to your bum for Bakasana. If you want to try a straight arm, which is definitely harder in wrist mobility, you can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hips width feet. Take the whole hand for Padahastasana under the whole foot. Stand on your hands. Look up. Big toes are at the wrist creases. Squeeze the big toes down. Exhale. Fold. 1. If you need to be bent in your knees in order to get these hands under, it's more than acceptable. As the hamstrings grow longer, you'll move into a straighter leg, but it's usually over weeks and months, so it's not over 5 breaths. 3, 4, 5. Release the hands out from under the feet. And I'm going to turn this one sideways. You can stay as you are. So, you can bring your left hand forward in line with the toes, but then it's going to go off center. And if you need it to, it can go off center over onto a block, which will take some of the stress out of the hamstring. You're going to try to catch the big toe of that right leg. If not, you can hold right ankle and you're going to try to float this leg up. So with block or without block, with toe hold or without toe hold, head lifts, belly lifts, float the right leg up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let go. You're going to let this right leg cross behind. So it's about a foot over, about a block space, and it's about a foot back. And you're going to squat down, hopefully getting this left leg to tangle over the right. And bring your hands to prayer. Lift your shoulders over your hips. 1, your bottom is sinking back into that right heel. 2, 3, 4. Hands forward to go back to your hips width stance, and you can still be facing this way on your mat. Just turn sideways so you can catch it in the video. The block moves off center from the foot. Hand can go on the block. Catch the ankle, float the leg. Or hand over, no block. Catch the big toe, look forward, belly in, float the leg. 1, 2, even if you're here, even if you need to be here. 3, 4, 5. You're going to lower the leg. You're going to let it cross behind. So it crosses about a foot behind. It's about a foot back. You're going to squat down so that your right leg is wrapped and crossed over your left leg. You're going to try to lift your torso if possible and center your attention on your breath. 1, lifting your heart up to your thumbs. 2, 3. Now we're going to do 10 rounds of curtsy squat, which is what you're in right now. So you're going to step to standing. Left foot goes out, right foot crosses behind, squat down. So if you had a little skirt on you or one of the skirt corners, it would be a curtsy. Back to center, right, left, squat, up, left, right, squat. Your hands can be on your hips. Doesn't really matter what your arms do. 3, side to side. 4, 5. And you can still have this facing forward. 6. I just turned so you could see. 7. Sorry, that's still 6. My bad. 7. 7. Good for the glutes. Really good for strengthening this inner knee muscle, the vastus medialis. 8. 9, 9, 10. Heart rate should be coming up. 10. Come back to standing. Feet together, top of the mat, Samastitihi. Tend to your breath. Give it the attention it deserves. And step out to the right. Got a 3-foot stance. From the right toes out, arms up, reach over. Trikonasana. Catch that big toe, or hand on shin bone. Or again, you could always use props. Left ribs turn up. So try to pull your left upper back. So your right ribs are trying to roll under a little more. 2, 3, 4. Stay where you are and just extend this left arm over by the ear. 1, try to push the arm back. 2, 3. Left hand down. Push your right hip back. Straighten both legs. Use your block. Inside the foot, hand on it. Or maybe outside the foot, hand on it. Revolving triangle. Right hip pulls back. Left ribs roll down and under. So your left ribs are trying to get closer to your right thigh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right hand down. Make your stance a little longer. Pivot the back toes. You can also drop the back knee. Take your left elbow over your right knee. Hands to prayer and twist. Or if you want to today, push this left arm under that right leg and try to create a bind. Pull your right shoulder up and your right elbow back and see if you can turn your gaze up. 1, strong left knee lifting, strong back leg. 2, 3, 4. The bind is going to be a little more advanced, so it's perfectly fine to stay in that prayer position. Hands down, left heel spins down. Right hand outside the foot, could be on a block. Try to have knee stuck against the arm. Left arm to hip, up the sky, over by ear for side ankle. 1, 2, 3. You can stay here, or you can turn that into a bind. Right arm under right leg. Catch that left hand. Squeeze back the shoulders. 1, 2, 3. Inhale back to center. Shorten your stance for Trikonasana. So bring it in a little. Left toes out. Arms float up. Reach. Bring the hand to block your shin bone, or maybe try to catch the big toe. These left ribs roll under. These right ribs roll up and back. 1, strong leg. 2, this hip can roll in. 3, but that hip can also roll out. It'll just bring about a different glute stretch. 4, 5, revolve triangle. You can soften this knee through the transition. Use the block if you need it. Plant that right hand down inside, on top, or crossed over. Take that left hip back and twist. Straight arms, straight legs to the best of your ability. 1, 4 today. Practice in present moment. 2, 3, 4, 5. Left hand down. Make your stance a little longer. You can drop that knee if you need more balance support. Otherwise, right elbow over left knee. Hands to prayer. Twist. Stay there. Or see if you can nudge this right hand. I have to push it a little to hook that wrist and try to catch a bind. Left elbow and shoulder strong right leg. 2, focus back to your breath. Make it smooth, make it equal. 3, 4, 5. Hands down. Back heel's gonna spin down, Virabhadrasana footing. Knee up against arm, so they stick together over here. Right hand back by hip, up to sky, over by ear, side angle. Utthita Parshva Konasana. 1, 2, 3. You can stay there or take the bind version inside the leg. 1, shoulders and elbows back, chest pokes open. Lift through the center of your chest. 3, shoulder pinned to knee, back leg strong. 4, breathing smooth. 5, release your bind, rise, pivot both feet inward, hands at the waist. Inhale, long, smooth energy up the front. Exhale, hollow belly, tip and fold, hands between feet. Look up, inhale. Walk the hands back, bend the elbows more so you can bring the head down. Again, using a block when necessary. If the head touches, you get a different activation through your legs and torso. So use props when you need. If you want to play, and you can easily get your head down, squeeze the elbows in, anchor the head, rock onto the tiptoes, and lift up into your tripod headstand. 1, otherwise stay feet rooted into the ground. 2, keep the elbows in and right over top the wrists. 3, you don't have to go here. 4, teaching yoga for everybody, anybody. Returning if you're up, just like you went in. Swivel those hips around and down, suck that belly and land those feet. Look up, inhale, hands to waist, slowly rise, and step forward to the top of the mat.